The school bell rang. Leo walked out of the school gate. His backpack was heavy. His shirt was wet with sweat. He felt tired and hot. His little sister Emma ran to him. "Leo," she said, breathing hard. "I'm so hot. I want ice cream." Leo looked at her red face. He nodded. "Me too." They started walking home. The sun was very strong. The road was long. The air felt thick, like soup. "I don't like summer," Emma said. Leo smiled. "Me neither. But I like ice cream." Emma laughed. "Me too." "Do you have money?" Leo stopped. He put down his bag and opened his pocket. He found 1 coin, then another, and 1 more. 3 coins, he said. Emma looked inside her pencil case. She had 2 small coins. "Is that enough?" she asked. Leo counted again. "Maybe. Let's try." They changed direction. They were not going home now. They were going to the ice cream shop. On the way, they saw other kids. Some were laughing, some were eating snacks. One boy had a cold soda. Emma looked at him and whispered, "So lucky." Leo didn't answer. He just walked faster. They passed the old tree, the red mailbox, and the bus stop. Finally, they saw the small ice cream shop at the corner. Its door was blue. A little bell hung above it. It rang softly in the wind. Leo looked at Emma. "Ready?" Emma nodded. "Let's get happy." The bell on the door went ding-ding. Leo and Emma walked into the shop. The air inside was cool and sweet. It smelled like chocolate and strawberries. An old lady stood behind the counter. She had white hair and a warm smile. "Hello, kids," she said. "Hot day, right?" Emma nodded. "Very hot." Leo put the coins on the counter. He looked up and said, "1 ice cream for me, 1 for my sister." The old lady counted the coins. She paused. Then she looked at them and said softly, "Sorry, dear. This is only enough for 1." Emma's smile disappeared. Leo blinked. "Only 1." The lady nodded. "1 ice cream. Not 2. The shop became quiet. Even the little bell stopped moving. Emma looked down at her shoes. Leo looked at Emma. For a moment, no one said a word. Then Leo said, "It's okay. Emma can have it." Emma shook her head. "No, you always give me things. You eat it." Leo smiled. "You're smaller. You need it more." Emma crossed her arms. "Number, I'm strong now. I can share." Leo laughed. "We can't cut it in half." Emma looked around. Then she pointed at a big cone in the freezer. "That one looks big," she said. "Can we eat it together?" Leo looked at the old lady. The old lady smiled. "Of course, that's a good idea." She gave them 1 big chocolate cone with sprinkles on top. "Here you go, 1 cone, 2 happy hearts." Leo and Emma walked outside and sat on the steps. They held the cone together. "You first," Leo said. "No, you," Emma said. They both laughed. Then they took turns, 1 bite each. It was cold, it was sweet, it was perfect. The ice cream started to melt. A drop fell on Leo's hand. It was cold and sticky. Emma laughed. "Oops, ice cream is running away." Leo smiled and licked the side. "Don't let it escape." They sat on the steps outside the shop. The sun was still strong. But now they didn't care. Emma took a small bite. She closed her eyes. This is the best ice cream ever." Leo took a bite too. "It tastes better when we share." Emma looked at him. "You always let me go first. You always give me more." Leo shrugged. "You're my sister." Emma tilted her head. "But who gives to you?" Leo didn't answer. He looked at the street. A bus passed by. A boy waved from the window. The world was busy, but here it was just the 2 of them. "I don't need much," Leo said. "When you're happy, I'm happy." Emma was quiet for a moment. Then she handed him the cone. "Eat the rest. I had enough." Leo smiled. "Are you sure?" Emma nodded. "Yes, I want to give 2." Leo took the cone. He looked at it, then looked at her. "You're growing up," he said. Emma smiled. Just a little. They laughed. Then Leo said, "Next time we save more money." 2 cones. Emma raised her hand. Deal. They did a small high five. Sticky hands, warm hearts. Just then they heard a voice behind them. "Excuse me, kids." "Excuse me, kids." Leo turned around. Emma looked up too. A man in a suit stood behind them. He looked young, but his eyes were a little sad. "Hi," Leo said carefully. The man smiled. "I saw you sharing that ice cream. That was really kind." Emma blinked. "We didn't have enough money, so we shared one." The man nodded. "I know. I heard you talking." He looked at the old lady in the shop. 2 more ice creams, please. 1 for each of them. I'll pay." Emma's mouth opened wide. Leo stood up. "Wait, why?" The man's smile grew softer. "I have a daughter. She used to love ice cream too." Emma tilted her head. "Used to?" The man looked down at his hands. "She lives far away now. I don't see her much." Leo said nothing. Emma didn't either. The man looked at them again. "You two remind me of her. You care for each other." The old lady came out, holding 2 cones. 1 vanilla, 1 mango. Fresh and cold. Emma took the mango one. Leo took the vanilla. Emma looked at the man. "Thank you." Leo nodded. "Yes, thank you, sir." The man smiled. "Enjoy." Then he walked away, slowly, his hands in his pockets. Emma watched him go. He looked a little sad. Leo nodded. Maybe he misses his daughter. Emma licked her mango cone. "I hope she calls him today." Leo took a bite of his vanilla. "I hope so too." They sat back down on the steps. 2 ice creams now. 1 for each. But something else was different. Emma looked at her brother. "People are nice sometimes, huh?" Leo smiled. "Yes, the world is big, but kindness finds you." The sun was lower now. The shadows were long. The air was still warm, but softer. Leo and Emma walked slowly. Both of them held an ice cream in their hands. Emma licked hers. "It's melting again." Leo laughed. "Eat fast, or it will run away." They passed the red mailbox, the old tree, and the bus stop again. But this time everything felt a little different. The world didn't change, but they did. Emma looked up at the sky. "Today was a good day." Leo nodded. "Yeah, we didn't plan it, but it became special." Emma thought for a moment. It wasn't just the ice cream. Leo smiled. Number it was the sharing. The people. Emma took a small bite. "Do you think we'll meet that man again?" Leo shrugged. "Maybe. Maybe not." Emma said softly, "I hope his daughter calls him." Leo looked ahead. "I hope she tells him she misses him." They walked on. A little wind blew. Some leaves danced in the air. Emma's hair moved with the breeze. Leo looked at her. "You know," he said, "you were really kind today." Emma blinked. "Me?" Leo nodded. "You shared, you gave, you cared." Emma looked down at her shoes. Then she looked up, smiling. "You too, Leo, always." They reached their house. Emma stopped at the gate. "I want to remember today," she said. Leo asked, "Why?" Emma looked at him. "Because it felt like love." Leo didn't say anything. He just held the gate open. They walked inside. The sun set behind them, but their hearts stayed full.